Welcome to Chess Thoughts, where we reflect on the deeper layers of life, the human condition, and the choices that shape who we are. Today, we're diving into a topic that quietly governs many of our decisions: instant versus delayed gratification. It's the eternal tug of war between satisfying our desires now or waiting for something greater later. This concept touches every aspect of our lives: our relationships, careers, health, and even our sense of fulfillment. Why do we often choose the immediate reward, even when we know the long-term benefit might be more significant? And what does this say about our culture, our values, and ultimately ourselves? Let's explore the philosophical implications of gratification, the balancing act between the present and the future, and how these choices shape our lives. Let's begin with the allure of instant gratification. At its core, instant gratification is about the pleasure of now. It's the dopamine hit from scrolling through social media, the joy of indulging in dessert instead of sticking to a diet, or the ease of choosing comfort over discipline. It's deeply rooted in our biology. Early humans needed to prioritize immediate rewards, finding food, shelter, or safety, because survival often depended on acting quickly. But in the modern world, this hardwiring can work against us. Consider this. How often do we choose what feels good in the moment, knowing it might harm our long-term goals? We stay up late binge watching a show, even though we have an important meeting the next morning. We splurge on unnecessary purchases, even though we're saving for something significant. Instant gratification feeds into our need for quick wins, but it often leaves us with a lingering emptiness, a sense that we've sacrificed something meaningful for fleeting pleasure. On the other hand, there's delayed gratification, the art of waiting, of holding off on a smaller reward for the promise of something greater. This concept is famously explored in the Stanford marshmallow experiment. Children were given a choice: eat one marshmallow now or wait 15 minutes and receive 2 marshmallows later. Those who were able to delay their gratification tended to have better outcomes in life: higher academic achievement, healthier relationships, and greater emotional resilience. But delayed gratification isn't just about willpower. It's a mindset. It's the ability to see beyond the immediate moment and trust in the future. Think about it: saving money for a rainy day, investing time in a skill that takes years to master, or building a relationship based on trust and patience rather than instant sparks. These are acts of delayed gratification. They require us to sacrifice comfort today for fulfillment tomorrow. But here's the challenge: delayed gratification often asks us to sit with discomfort, to resist temptation, and to navigate uncertainty. It's not always easy, and it's not always rewarded, at least not immediately. So, Why is this balance between the two so important? The truth is, both instant and delayed gratification have their place in our lives. Instant gratification brings joy, spontaneity, and energy to our days. It reminds us to savor the present moment, to find beauty in the small, fleeting pleasures of life. But when it dominates our decision-making, we risk becoming trapped in a cycle of short-term thinking. We chase one high after another, never building the foundation for lasting fulfillment. On the other hand, delayed gratification teaches discipline, patience, and long-term thinking. It pushes us to prioritize our future selves, to invest in the things that truly matter. But if we rely too heavily on it, we might find ourselves constantly deferring joy, living in a perpetual state of someday, and forgetting to appreciate the life we have right now. The key then lies in balance. Imagine life as a scale. On one side, you have the pleasures of today, moments of indulgence, celebration, and spontaneity. On the other, you have the rewards of tomorrow, growth, achievement, and purpose. When these sides are in harmony, we live fully in the present while building toward the future. We learn to enjoy the marshmallow today while still saving some for tomorrow. But how do we find this balance in a world that constantly pulls us toward instant gratification? One approach is mindfulness. Before making a decision, pause and ask yourself, what do I truly value? Will this choice bring me closer to my goals? Or is it a temporary escape? Another approach is setting clear intentions. When we define our priorities, it becomes easier to make decisions that align with them. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, you might choose to skip the fast food today. Not because you're depriving yourself, but because you're investing in your well-being. Finally, practice self-compassion. Recognize that you won't always get it right. There will be days when you choose the immediate reward, and that's okay. What matters is the overall trajectory of your life, the balance you create over time. As we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with a question. What role does gratification play in your life? Are you prioritizing the short term at the expense of the long term? Or are you delaying happiness for a future that may never come? Take a moment to reflect on the choices you make every day. The small ones, the big ones, and everything in between. Because ultimately, it's not about choosing one form of gratification over the other. It's about finding the rhythm that works for you, a rhythm that allows you to live fully while building a life of meaning. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this episode resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need this reflection, and please subscribe or give it a thumbs up. And as always, keep questioning, keep growing, and keep striving for balance.